G'day, it's fugitive Australian journalist Shane Delling from the website and YouTube channel Kangaroo Court of Australia. Now, paid Labor Party propagandist Jordan Shanks, aka Friendlyjordies, has been attacking independent media who have been holding the federal Labor government to account. And I published a video about that a week or so ago, and this is a follow-up video. Now, in this video, Jordan Shanks, aka Friendlyjordies, tells a big lie about him having a big win over John Barilaro in the defamation matter, when the reality is he had a big loss and John Barilaro had a big win. Now, Friendlyjordies didn't actually lose himself. He walked away with a lot of money. My estimate is somewhere between $1 to $2 million, maybe even $3 million, because he did a settlement, sang like a canary and threw Google under a bus. Now, I'm about to show you 20 seconds of a video from last year, November last year, in a video Jordan Shanks published titled Exposing the Lawyers Who Threatened Me, where he's exposing dodgy lawyers, as he implies, who are overcharging or implies they're overcharging. But here's Jordan Shanks starting off the video with a big fat lie. Now let's watch it.
I've lost count of the amount of times I've been threatened to be sued for defamation over the 10 years I've done this YouTube channel. Out of the countless defamation threats, the only person that was stupid enough to go through with it was John Barilaro. And soon after initiating proceedings, he had to quit his job as Deputy Premier, apparently because of the stress of it. And even then, he settled with me for nothing. I never got taken to trial. So don't get me wrong. We've been taken to court a bunch, but that was for actual prosecutions. No one has ever got me inside a courtroom for a defo trial.
Jordan Shanks says he paid John Barilaro nothing, and no one's ever got him in the court for defamation. But Jordan Shanks did pay John Barilaro $100,000 as part of his settlement, and then sang like a canary, which had the effect of throwing Google under a bus, who ultimately paid John Barilaro over $700,000. So let's have a look at the facts, not Jordan Shanks' lies, and then I'll play that video again, and it puts it into context. Now, The Guardian reported on the 5th of November 2021, comedian Jordan Shanks has apologised to John Barilaro and will pay $100,000 in costs as part of a settlement deal in the defamation case brought by the former Deputy Premier over a series of videos he claimed were vile and racist. In the federal court on Friday, Shanks' lawyer, Matthew Collins QC, read a statement to the court on behalf of his client, who uses the nom de plume Friendlyjordies in his popular YouTube videos, conceding the videos at the centre of the case were offensive and apologising. And here's an exact quote. Throughout 2020 and 2021, Mr. Shanks posted many videos about John Barilaro, the former Deputy Premier of New South Wales. Freedom of expression for political communications is important, but Mr. Shanks accepts that some of the videos he posted were offensive to Mr. Barilaro, Collins said. Mr. Shanks understands Mr. Barilaro has been hurt and apologises to him for that hurt. Now, the article that Jordan Shanks quotes from is an ABC article in the video I just showed you, and it says here later in the article, the comedian was not ordered to pay Mr. Barilaro's legal costs, but will be liable for $100,000 in legal costs related to an application to have the case heard by a jury and an application to waive Mr. Barilaro's parliamentary privilege, both of which were unsuccessful. So even the video where Jordan Shanks points to the article where it says, I didn't have to pay any damages, well, in that same article, it says he's got to pay $100,000 in costs. You have to remember, when someone like John Barilaro, a politician or major business person, when they sue a media company, they don't just sue the media company, they also sue the journalist. And quite often, if they have a win, the journalist pays nothing anyhow. It's the media company that pays. And this is similar. John Barilaro sued Jordan Shanks, but he also sued Google, who own YouTube, who published the videos. And the settlement with Jordan Shanks, at the time, it seemed okay. Jordan Shanks was meant to give evidence on behalf of Google because that was still going forward, that lawsuit. But at the end of the day, looking back in hindsight, Jordan Shanks threw Google under a bus because once he settled and apologised, well, Google had nowhere to go. They were always going to have to settle because they've read out the apology in court before the same judge. And Shanks settled in 2021. This is what the ABC reported on the 6th of June 2022. Google ordered to pay John Barilaro $715,000 over vulgar YouTube videos. And it says former New South Wales Deputy Premier John Barilaro has been awarded $715,000 in defamation damages over 2 YouTube videos. Mr. Barilaro sued Google in the federal court over its failure to remove the sketch videos, which were made by comedian Jordan Shanks and published in September and October 2020. The former Monaro MP said they were vulgar, offensive, portrayed him as a corrupt conman, and included racial slurs referencing his Italian heritage. Justice Stephen Rares on Monday said the videos of Mr. Shanks, better known as Friendlyjordies, constituted a relentless and vicious campaign against Mr. Barilaro. He accepted the retired politician was traumatised and said Google had failed to take responsibility for its conduct as a publisher. Justice Rares noted Mr. Shanks had called Mr. Barilaro disgusting names and related him to the Mario brothers from Nintendo's video games. Although Mr. Shanks styles himself as a comedian, his repeated use of such terms was not comedic. The judge said it was nothing less than racist hate speech. Google initially fought the case, but progressively abandoned all its defence arguments. Well, the reality was, when Jordan Shanks settled, it was game over for Google, because when Jordan Shanks settled, his barrister apologised in the face of the court to the same judge who was hearing the Google matter. So he admitted guilt in effect, and Google was going to have nowhere to hide over that one. So when Jordan Shanks says he paid John Barilaro nothing, well, that's not the full story, is it?
I've lost count of the amount of times I've been threatened to be sued for defamation over the 10 years I've done this YouTube channel. Out of the countless defamation threats, the only person that was stupid enough to go through with it was John Barilaro. And soon after initiating proceedings, he had to quit his job as Deputy Premier, apparently because of the stress of it. And even then, he settled with me for nothing. I never got taken to trial. So don't get me wrong, we've been taken to court a bunch, but that was for actual prosecutions. No one has ever got me inside a courtroom for a defo trial.
Well, he might have paid him no damages. He paid him $100,000 in costs, and Google paid John Barilaro $715,000 plus costs. So John Barilaro got away with a big win. But if you listen to Jordan Shanks, and we'll play that video again in a second, it makes it sound like John Barilaro had a big loss when he had a big win. It makes it sound like Jordan Shanks had a big win. It says no one's ever got him in court for defamation. Well, that's bullshit. That's a lie. Jordan Shanks' own barrister apologised in the face of the court. And at the end of the day, Shanks has to take liability for Google. Well, he doesn't have to pay it, but Google wouldn't have been in the trouble they were in except for Jordan Shanks. And as I said at the beginning, this is a follow-up video to a recent video I did, and you want to watch that first because Jordan Shanks, aka Friendlyjordies, has been grifting off this issue for a long time, and he's continuing to raise money. In the previous video, I raised the fact that he raised over $1 million. And I put questions to his barrister, not to his barrister, to his lawyers. They're ducking and weaving. Jordan Shanks is ducking and weaving. They won't answer any questions. One of the questions I put was, when did you stop fundraising for the John Barilaro matter? Well, they haven't. They're still grifting on it. Jordan Shanks published a video in February titled Why I Was Away, and talks about court applications that he's made with GIPA, etc., trying to get documents in relation to John Barilaro matter. And at the end of the video, I'll put it up on the screen now. It says, support us on Patreon. We need Patreon support to pay the staff and follow up on big leads like this. And the leads he's talking about is in that video where they're making applications to get documents from the New South Wales government. But hold on a minute. When I published a last video saying, where's the $1 million you originally raised, because he only spent a couple $100,000 to John Barilaro and probably $100,000 for his own legal costs, where'd all the rest go? People are saying, oh no, he said he was going to save that for a rainy day for other court cases, other legal matters. Well, this is the John Barilaro matter, exact same matter, and he's raising money again. So what happened to that $800,000 he was going to save for a rainy day for other legal issues? Why isn't he using that? Eh? Because he's a grifter. He just kept on raising money over the same issue over and over and over again. This is 4 or 5 years later. In this latest video from February this year, Why I Was Away, it's titled, where he talks about the legal applications for documents. He's trying to raise money for that again, but it's the same issue, same matter. Where'd the $1 million go there, Jordan? And I'll keep on following up on this. And if you haven't watched the previous video, watch that because they both go together. Jordan Shanks is a major league grifter. He's a fraudster. He's a conman. He continually tells lies. He lied only last year trying to make out that he had a big win over John Barilaro, and John Barilaro was a big loser. John Barilaro had a huge win. But so Jordan, really, at the end of the day, because he managed to grift $1 million or more and do the boogaloo with it. And he won't answer questions of where the money's gone, and neither will these lawyers, because they know they've done a runner with it. That's the only conclusion you can come to, given they're not answering the questions. The comment section saying, oh, no, he said what he was going to do with it. He said he was going to save it for a rainy day. Well, if he saved it for a rainy day for further legal expenses, why is he not using that money now? Why is he continuing to raise money for the same issue. I think Jordan Shanks, aka Friendlyjordies, will regret the day he's decided to start dumping on independent media, making up lies, making up dribble. And I'll keep on following up on this matter. Anyhow, please do your bit to help shine a light on corruption and share this video on social media. In Kangaroo Court of Australia's independent media, I publish a website and a YouTube channel, and I'm 100% crowdfunded from viewers like yourself. So please support my Patreon account or PayPal account. You can donate any amount, $3, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30, $40, $50 a month, whatever suits your budget. All helps out in a big way. And the links for the Patreon account and PayPal account are below this video on YouTube and also on my website, or you can go to my donation page on my website, which has other donation options. Other than that, thank you for your time and have a good day.